What's good, everybody? This is your boy D Russ back with another episode of Behind Bars. Welcome back. Today we got a short take. Going to talk about one of my favorite rappers, Ab Soul. He's back in full effect. Let's get it. Ab Soul is back. If you remember, he's one of the prestigious members of TDE, along with Kendrick Lamar, Isaiah Rashad, Schoolboy Q, and SZA. There's a couple others that I left out, but those are the top ones that a lot of people know TDE for. Ab Soul is one of my favorite lyricists. I put him in the same category as a JID or a Jay Electronica, and that's high esteem for me. Jay Electronica is one of my favorite rappers. Although he's only come out with one album, Ab Soul doesn't have a ton of material either, but his lyrical content, just the meat of what he spits, speaks for itself. He came back in full force. He dropped 2 songs for us. The first being Gangin' Them. Out the gate, that boy is spitting. And the track, he paints a beautiful picture of camaraderie amongst his friends and his homies back home in LA. And it's depicted in the video as you see all his childhood friends, his Gangin' Them, politicking around the hood. What Ab Soul is at his best is what some of my favorite rappers are. More than just a rapper, he's a hood poet. He paints a vivid picture of what is around him, and also not to say that he glorifies anything, but he brings beauty to our surroundings in which otherwise would be looked down upon. When people look at certain hoods or certain environments, they look down on it as being, the ghetto. But he shows that there's beauty in the hood in this video. Showing the brotherhood and camaraderie of being around his gang in them. Off bat, he comes in on this track with some powerful idioms. He says, "All my naysayers are eating crow, cause we reaping every single thing that we could sow." Eating crow like they're eating their words. And the old school idiom of you reap what you sow. But he's turning that because when he's saying eating crow, he's saying that he's a scarecrow to the naysayers that are crows, and they're eating their words. We off bat, we getting that tricky wordplay from Solo. It's so missed. Then we get a crazy bar after that. Needle and thread in my head, I'm a string theorist. Everything is connected and we the seamstresses. Like, come on, yo, like, jeez. I fell in love with Ab Soul. I forget the name of the track, but when he said, "I'm overseas back to back, but I never wore Chanel," and from there I knew, like, yeah, this dude is crazy with the witty bars, and he can go on for line, be intricate. And I know for mainstream, that's where he never really popped like I think a lot of people thought he would, like Kendrick, because whereas Kendrick is also a hood poet. Like Ab Soul, Kendrick has more playful flows and voice play, and some of his storytelling can be a little bit different. Ab Soul is just so barred up. I think that's where it wasn't as marketable. I don't know. I can't really speak to that because I love Ab Soul and I love that type of barred up rap. Either way it goes, he's back in full effect, and he showed out on this track, Gangin' Them, where I think he's taking a different direction. Is obviously, if you watch the video, the visuals show the gang in them, so it appeals to people that might be looking for that thugged out imagery, even though that's not what he is, but it still shows an accurate depiction of what's around him without being fake or trying to force this thugged out image, because that's not who he is, and I don't think anyone would think that's what he's trying to show. The beat has a sample that sounds like someone's singing in reverse. It kind of reminds me of like a Clams Casino produced track. If y'all remember Clams Casino, he did a lot of production for A$AP Rocky back in the days, and Lil B. I'm pretty sure he still works. He has some great instrumental tracks like I'm God. Clams Casino is one of the best producers out there, but this track has that vibe to it, although I don't believe it's produced by Clams. This track also features one of Ab's homies, Fresh. Although Fresh doesn't have the intricate wordplay that Ab Soul has, he still held his own. He seems to also be a really good lyricist. It's kind of hard to match Ab Soul's unorthodox intricate wordplay. But he definitely held his own. More importantly, he fit the vibe of the track. He does have this one standout bar that I loved. It was funny when I first heard it. If I was there, I would have caught a body like a trust fall. Oh man, that's just funny to me. That's a great bar there. Wrapping up the video, it shows a dedication of this song in the video towards his homie Doughburger that passed away. Really rounding out the theme of Ganging Them and showing that camaraderie that this track really brings home. We also get the track Do Better from Ab-Soul featuring Zakari. Do Better is an introspective track where we get to see insight into some of the things that Ab-Soul has been dealing with over the last couple years, battling with depression and suicidal thoughts. Shout outs to Ab-Soul for being so candid on this track. It's a special one. The track samples an alternative artist, Nick Hakim. He has this track called Green Twins. The sample from the song Green Twins takes a line out of the song and it just replays it. And this track actually starts out with that sample saying, "They always haunt my dreams, the green twins with your eyes." And the way that they change those vocals and put some effects on it makes it really haunting, and it sounds really good. I listened to some of Nick Hakim's work. If you like alternative music, it's a really good sound. Check out the album is actually also called Green Twins. So check out the song and the album Green Twins. Getting into the track Do Better. Like I said, it's introspective, and it's just really cool to see the reflection on his life. And the theme is pretty simple. Just I gotta do better. And you always have those moments in life when you just like reflecting on some of the trials that you've come across and what you can improve upon and how you can just be a better person overall. And he's in that bag, just going through it, kind of like lyrical therapy in a way. And I feel like tracks like this we don't see as much anymore, and it's much needed because people at the end of the day, music is a spiritual experience, and for him to share his pain and his plight through this track, I'm sure it's going to help a lot of people. In the first verse, he has this line that goes, "Ride the tide, don't fight the current that guided you. Melt the ice round the furnace burning inside of you." Really good personification and imagery in that line right there. Second verse is really heavy. Dealing with he goes into some of his depressive thoughts, and how how his family was looking at him, how he almost lost his relationship. Just real talk, which is much needed. This the one standout line from the second verse that really hit me. It wasn't like tricky wordplay or anything. It's just like real talk, and I appreciate his candor on this. Doing drugs was just a war with boredom, but it's sure to get me. That's heavy. I'm pretty sure anybody that's going through struggles with like that can appreciate, artists talking about that, because it helps to see other people experiencing things and being honest about it. Shoot, with these two tracks though, I'm very excited about Ab-Soul's album on the way. I'm calling it early. It's going to be in the top 3 albums of the year. Forget what the Grammy nominations might say. I think it's going to be up there with JID and Kendrick's albums from this year as being some of the best. But we can only see once it comes out, and be sure to stay tuned, because when it does come out, I'm going to do an in-depth review, bar by bar, like we always do. So stay tuned. This is D-Russ with Behind Bars. Peace. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe too. Join the community.